ChatGPT. Relate ACIM to the movie Jesus Revolution. Jesus Revolution through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACIM. Jesus Revolution is a story about spiritual awakening, inclusion, forgiveness, transformation, and the hunger for direct experience of God. Through the lens of A Course in Miracles, ACM, it becomes a powerful reflection on the difference between religion as form and spirituality as living experience. At its heart, the movie asks, what happens when people stop searching for meaning in the world and begin searching for God? This question resonates deeply with ACM. The hunger for something more. The film takes place during a period when many people felt disillusioned with society, institutions, and traditional answers. They sought something deeper, something real, something transformative. ACM teaches that every search is ultimately a search for God. The ego redirects this longing towards success, relationships, pleasure, politics, or achievement. Yet beneath all forms remains the same longing, the desire to return home. The movie beautifully captures this spiritual hunger. Direct experience. One of the strongest themes in the film is the desire for direct spiritual experience. Not merely beliefs, not merely doctrines, experience. ACIM emphasizes the same principle. Concepts can point toward truth, but awakening comes through experience. The Holy Spirit leads the mind beyond theory into living recognition. The movie repeatedly highlights this movement from intellectual understanding to heartfelt experience. Inclusion versus judgment. A central conflict in the story involves who belongs. Traditional boundaries are challenged. People who appear different are welcomed. Others resist. ACM teaches that judgment is the ego's primary tool for maintaining separation. The Holy Spirit sees no hierarchy among God's children. The movie repeatedly demonstrates the healing that occurs when barriers begin to dissolve. The power of joining. The spiritual movement portrayed in the film spreads through joining. People gather, share, support one another, encourage one another. ACM teaches that awakening occurs through joining rather than isolation. The ego separates, the Holy Spirit joins. The sense of shared purpose depicted throughout the film reflects this principle beautifully. Hajj, the temptation of form. An important ACIM theme appears beneath the story. Every spiritual movement faces the temptation to become attached to form. Buildings, organizations, rituals, personalities, structures. ACIM continually reminds us that form is not the source of salvation. The value of any form lies in whether it points beyond itself toward love. The movie repeatedly explores this tension. Forgiveness transformation occurs because people are willing to release old judgments, old grievances, old identities. ACM teaches that forgiveness is the mechanism of healing, not because wrongs become right, but because forgiveness releases the belief that separation is real. The film repeatedly demonstrates how lives change when forgiveness replaces condemnation. The holy relationship. Many relationships in the film evolve from conflict to understanding. ACM calls this the transformation from special relationships to holy relationships. The purpose shifts. Instead of using relationships to reinforce differences, they become opportunities for healing and joining. The movie beautifully portrays this shift. Awakening beyond labels. People enter the movement carrying many labels, religious labels, social labels, cultural labels, personal histories. Yet genuine spiritual experience begins dissolving these distinctions. ACIM teaches that our true identity exists beyond labels and roles. The movie repeatedly points toward this deeper recognition. Revolution of the mind. The title itself is highly symbolic. A revolution is a complete reversal. ACIM describes miracles as shifts in perception. A revolution of the mind, a new teacher, a new interpretation. The film portrays not merely a social movement, but a transformation in consciousness. The central reflection. The ego watches Jesus Revolution and asks, which group is right? Which belief system is correct? The Holy Spirit watches Jesus Revolution and asks, does this help people remember God's love? Viewed through ACIM, the movie becomes a powerful story of awakening, joining, and the desire for direct experience of the divine. The movement succeeds not because of its forms, but because it helps people reconnect with a deeper purpose. The deepest message may be, the world often seeks God through rules, structures, and identities. The Holy Spirit seeks only the opening of the heart. True awakening occurs when judgment gives way to inclusion, fear gives way to love, and the search for meaning becomes the remembrance of the love that has always been present. Go to mwge.org to find full movie and commentary by David Hoffmeister.